So someone is experiencing a resurrection that may be karmic in nature. And it could be a beginning of prosperity or commitment. So let's continue breaking down our plant oracle. And we're going to start a tart. So a tart may be significant. We're going to start talking about spirit. We're going to finish talking about spirit. So there was some type of betrayal, maybe in the midst of expansion. Something was hidden, but you've learned to stand on your own feet, be prosperous. You may be building a legacy. Your family may be significant, and an opportunity presents. A page, so a younger could be earth sign energy, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo may be significant. Something may be dominating your thoughts, or spirit is bringing light to something that dominates your thoughts. 3, March may be significant. Tell me about, we're going to go right to the masculine, this masculine energy. So whether there was a battle with no winners, someone was very selfish, and there is a need as a result to take action. So someone's ready to spring into action, but maybe was listening to advice. You know, being aware, listening, whether it's through spoken word, people speaking, or music, related to patterns. The masculine may be choosing to walk away and on to their purpose. The masculine heart may be feeling fragile right now. So something is needing a lot of care. I'm seeing, of course, I'm watching another K-drama. Which one am I watching? Is it Love Next Door? And I'm seeing those, as I see these lanterns, I'm seeing the big, I'm going to say they're urns. They're not urns, but they're pottery that hold soy sauce and different things. It's the, spoiler alert, you can fast forward if you plan on watching this, but when something gets fired, you never really know how it's going to turn out, right? So if you're making pottery, you can put something in the kiln, but you're not really sure how it's going to come out. And that's really true with life. This evergreen, this eternal energy, I know I've been talking about it the last few weeks, something, whether it's evergreen, there is something fragile and eternal nature that may be on the masculine heart's mind. And I feel like we're getting closer to this point of possibly, of what I see very clearly is a resurrection. And whether the masculine has been buried under influence, perhaps they were born with a silver spoon in their mouth, or they're being deeply influenced by finances, affluence in some manner, almost burdened heavily is on their mind constantly. Affluence may be on their mind, almost buried by it, but there's a resurrection. A mirrored soul may be significant for the masculine. So twin flame energy. Further along in this oracle, it goes back to the other reading, lungs. I see grief, heart lungs may be significant. And I don't know how long this is going to take to play out, but I'm not sure if that relates to what's eternal. Something may feel like it's an eternal grief. It's possible. Tell me about the feminine energy here. Speaking about the lungs, tell me about, so there's completion, there's success, travel may be significant, emotional fulfillment, there's a breakthrough related to a rebirth. The feminine has also earned wisdom and is taking some type of risk not, want not, so is that the phrase? Related to passion, seeing clearly with the eyes of the heart, something has been illuminated, and perhaps something of shadow nature, something that's been hidden. In a Knight of Pentacles energy, the slow, steady energy may be significant, Virgo. Whether there's some type of chain reaction, some type of interaction creates a reaction. There's chemistry. whether the feminine feels a lot of chemistry with someone or vice versa. There's a lot of chemistry with the feminine, and there's devotion here, loyalty, devotion, adoration. So let's learn a little bit more. Let's go back to spirit. We know there's something dominating the thoughts. Could be in just finding this direction of reciprocity, finding balance with home. I have this again. And adventuresome. This is sort of our dandy card. Another page. We have a lot of younger, enthusiastic energies or messages. So a message may be, not only do we have an opportunity presenting from Page of Pentacles, but we have fire sign, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo may be significant. An adventure, an opportunity for adventure may be significant. Oh, I moved something. Oops. Anyway, we'll continue on. Home is no longer turned upside down. So let's continue on. Let's talk about this direction. Spirit points to a need to take a deep dive into the shadow world, which I believe did Red Robe Astrology say 10:40 p.m.? That's specific. So we'll be moving into Mercury retrograde. Oh, so many cards. Oh, I see 5 of Cups. There's grief. All right, let's go. 9 of Cups. Ooh. Something's a wish fulfillment, and I still have this idea of a wish fulfillment for reciprocity. So something's being presented to offer reciprocity, and whether you're on the giving end or the receiving end of this 6 of Pentacles energy, and that was even our cards today. It was justice, karma being served at a higher level, and then 6 of Pentacles could be, earth. A fair give and take. What's fair? But the cards of the day were justice and 6 of Pentacles. So on the higher realms as well as in the earthly realms, things are being balanced, but there's a need to have an even give and flow, to receive as well as to give. This is a wish fulfillment for someone. Star, wishing upon a star. Page of Cups energy, something about home. Maybe you feel like, this is from our last oracle, just ring of fire. Something is just burning. There's a need for perseverance, even through very passionate, fiery times. There's some grief here. I'm drawn to her belly. So this idea we've been talking about, gestation. I don't know if someone's pregnant. If there's some type of grief, if there was a loss, there's a need to persevere. Keep your heart open. Persevere through grief, through great loss. Tell me more. Tell me about this masculine energy. This isn't masculine that feels buried under affluence. Battle with no winners. 5 of Swords. Same thing, 5 of Swords again. Someone's very selfish here. There's a need to take action, listen to the guidance you've received about patterns. There's a need to recognize a pattern and walk away. This is a very fragile situation, but there's also an eternal, whether this is related to past life or ancestral pattern that needs, there's a needing to break away and walk away from this. There's someone very... In this card, it's hard to know like who you can trust and who you can't. Who's incoming to attack. It's hard sorting out who, friend or foe. I keep hearing, believe me when I say leaving is the only way. There's a Tower moment. Leaving is the only way. the wire. Tell me about this pressure on the masculine. It's a rebirth. Queen, a feminine creative may be significant. There's an element of the unknown to this. A friend may be significant, or a celebration. Four of Wands. Oh, there's a need to rest. Someone is in dire need of rest. They've been greatly burdened. It's almost like there's allies in the tree above watching this restoration. There's a need for rest before this resurrection. And I have that energy today, this afternoon, the strategic pattern, being aware of strategic patterns. Tell me about the heart of the matter here. Learning more about what's hidden. What's traditional versus the inner guidance you may be receiving. Yeah, you may be at war with yourself, this inner war, battle with what you've been, 1111 here I'm seeing, with what you've been taught, with what, whether it's religion, whatever tradition, with what you're creating that's coming from the inside, and you're being encouraged to see past the illusions. There's some type of war here. Spiritual battle. Is this the Emperor? Hold on. I'm trying to remember. 3-4. I have to look it up. I'm very sorry. But to me, this feels like spiritual warfare. When I see this card, I think spiritual warfare. Light and dark. Yeah. Someone's been left out. Poverty may be significant. This battling poverty. Battling being left out in the cold. Tell me about this karma. We have someone passionate or a Capricorn. A friend may be significant, or a celebration. What was planted? There's the moving on to calmer waters. This feels like there's something hidden element to this. There's a need for detachment as you move to calmer waters. This resurrection requires restoration, rest, and detachment. I'm seeing a detached retina. Take that as it resonates. And again, Capricorn energy, devil, detaching. I'm very feeling detaching from the mothership. Tell me about the feminine. What else to close off this reading? 13 may be significant. Seeing King of Cups energy, walking away. So this may be a unified internal feminine, masculine, knowing that there's a walking away that's necessary. Walking onto purpose, like cutting your losses. King, an emotionally intelligent masculine may be significant. I mean, we have a lot of anxiety about this decision. 9 of Wands. It's 9 of Swords. Like at nighttime, a lot of anxiety. I think we'll stop there. Right. Thank you for watching. Please remember to subscribe, comment, share this with someone you know, and I'll look forward to seeing you all next time. Bye now.